Hi, and welcome. I'm really glad you're here today. In a world where connection is just a tap away, many of us find ourselves spending hours online, scrolling, liking, refreshing, often without realizing the impact it's having on us. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into something that affects nearly all of us, whether we notice it or not. Social media addiction, and more specifically, how it's quietly reshaping the way our brains function. So, take a deep breath. Maybe put your phone down for a moment, and let's explore this together. In the beginning, social media was just a tool, something created to connect us, to share memories, ideas, and laughter with people across the world. It was innocent, harmless. It started with a notification, a like, a comment, a sense of being seen. But over time, that harmless ping became something deeper, something addictive. We didn't even realize we were slipping. One moment, we're sharing a photo. The next, we're scrolling endlessly. At 2 a.m., our eyes heavy but our minds wide awake. And somehow we justify it. We tell ourselves we're just staying informed, just unwinding, just 5 more minutes. But behind that screen, something far more profound is happening. Something that is changing our brains in ways we are only beginning to understand. You see, the human brain is wired for reward. It's built on cycles of anticipation and satisfaction. Every time we encounter something pleasurable, a delicious meal, a warm hug, a compliment, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that tells us, this feels good, do it again. Social media platforms have learned how to hijack this mechanism. They engineer their design to exploit the dopamine loop. Each notification is a chance, a potential reward, a promise of validation. We post a picture, and within moments, we're checking back for reactions. Did anyone like it? Who commented? How many views? That uncertainty, the variable reward, is precisely what makes it addictive. It's the same mechanism that keeps gamblers hooked on slot machines. But unlike slot machines, social media isn't confined to casinos. It's in our pockets, on our desks, on every break, every quiet moment, every pause in conversation. The accessibility makes the addiction far more dangerous. We aren't aware of the grip it has on us because it looks so ordinary. Everyone does it. Everyone scrolls. Everyone checks. But inside our brains, repeated exposure to this cycle begins to reshape neural pathways. Just like any addiction, the brain starts to crave more. The same level of stimulation no longer gives the same satisfaction. We need more likes, more comments, more content. And when we don't get it, we feel restless, empty, anxious. Studies using brain scans have shown that excessive social media use triggers the same brain areas involved in drug addiction. The nucleus accumbens, the ventral tegmental area, regions that are deeply involved in the brain's reward circuitry, light up. In similar patterns, the more we engage with social media, the more we reinforce these neural patterns. What's worse is that social media also affects the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and focus. This means that our ability to resist distractions weakens over time. It becomes harder to concentrate, harder to be still, harder to be present in the moment without reaching for the phone. And then there's the illusion of connection. Social media promises us a network of friends and followers, a digital village. But in truth, it often leaves us feeling more isolated. We compare our lives to curated highlights. We scroll through endless success stories, flawless selfies, exotic vacations, and wonder, am I enough? This comparison isn't just emotional, it's chemical. The brain interprets social rejection or exclusion as pain. When we don't get the expected feedback or see others doing better, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy, depression, and even hopelessness. In young brains especially, this can be devastating. Teens and adolescents, whose brains are still developing, are particularly vulnerable. Their sense of identity and self-worth is fragile, and social media constantly subjects it to the harsh court of public opinion. Over time, this digital dependence can alter our sleep patterns. Blue light emitted from screens suppresses melatonin, disrupting our circadian rhythm. Scrolling before bed becomes the norm, and sleep quality diminishes. Sleep, which is crucial for memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and cognitive function, is sacrificed for likes and views. And the irony? Most of the content we consume during these hours adds little value to our lives. It's empty calories for the brain. But perhaps the most dangerous effect of social media addiction is how subtly it redefines our sense of self. We begin to see ourselves through the lens of others. Our worth becomes entangled with metrics. Likes follow. Engagement. We post not to express, but to impress. We filter our reality. We stage our authenticity. Over time, this creates a fractured identity. One version of us online, another in real life. This split is mentally exhausting. It breeds anxiety, imposter syndrome, and a constant fear of missing out. FOMO. We're always watching, always comparing, always chasing. The truth is, social media is not inherently evil. It has the potential to inform, to connect, to inspire. But when it becomes a substitute for presence, for reflection, for real human connection, it turns into a parasite, feeding on our attention, our time, our emotional health. And unless we become aware of it, unless we reclaim control over how we engage with it, we risk becoming digital puppets, constantly reacting, rarely thinking, always consuming. So what can we do? The answer isn't to delete every app or throw away our phones. The answer is awareness. It's about setting boundaries, times when we put the phone away, spaces where screens are not welcome. It's about being intentional, asking ourselves why we're reaching for the phone. Is it boredom, loneliness, stress? And if so, is there a better way to respond? Maybe a walk, a conversation, a moment of silence. We can retrain our brains. Just as social media shaped our habits, we can unshape them. By introducing digital detoxes, by practicing mindfulness, by engaging in real-life interactions, we give our brains a chance to recalibrate. And slowly, the grip loosens. We begin to notice the world again, the sounds, the colors, the people around us. We start to find joy in the little things, not just the curated ones. And in that process, we begin to reclaim our attention, our presence, our lives. In a world screaming for our attention, silence is revolutionary. Stillness is healing. And choosing to be present, to live intentionally, might just be the most powerful rebellion of all. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep creating content that matters. Thank you for listening.